Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Monique. If you're new to this channel, I upload videos weekly about style and travel. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you like to take the time and subscribe. For today's video, I'm going to share the antique pieces that I purchased during my recent trip to Italy and south of France. If you're not new to my channel, you probably know that I'm kind of obsessed with jewelry, especially for the past few years. I mean, I've always loved jewelry, but the obsession has increased. And I love antique and vintage jewelry. I used to do vintage clothing. I had a store in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and New York is such a great place to source jewelry. You can find so much of them. I mean, the Diamond District is here too. It's not that easy to find antique because it's very competitive in the city, but you do find them, especially if you travel elsewhere. And Europe is, of course, a great place to source. Most of the jewelry, of course, comes from Europe, especially Victorian jewelry. They come from England, and beautiful jewelry also during Napoleon era from France, and of course Italy has their own jewelry. So I was really excited about going to Europe because I wanted to shop for jewelry as well. I'm in my collecting era and it's so much fun. Not only jewelry, I also bought a few vintage and antique pieces. So let me show you. I went to the only flea market in Florence. This is what I purchased from there. It's a beautiful, never been worn sheet set. It's linen sheets, and whenever I find linen that's never been worn, I buy them. So it's not a king size, and I don't even think it's a queen size. Linen you can use for anything. You can use it as a tablecloth if you want to. You can cover your sofa if you want to. As you can see, I have mainly white and cream sofa, and I have a black cat. So I like to cover the seats. So this is an uncut piece of linen, which people back in the day used as sheets. It is so sweet and beautiful, and such a beautiful fabric. I'm not gonna open it. I don't want to ruin this beautiful packaging. I mean, look at that. Look how sweet. The other non-jewelry item I actually purchased from Grasse. We had the chance to go to Grasse because we were staying in Cannes, and Grasse is only around 30 minutes away, and it's like the center of perfume in the world. So we got to visit that for a day trip. And when I was there was this beautiful, cute little shop. I think this is the name of the shop. It's so cute. So many beautiful home decor. First is this brass hanging thing. I don't know the name of this. The word fails me right now. You can hang it on your bathroom door and for your towels and stuff. You can hang it anywhere you want. So adorable. And then next is this beautiful magnifying glass. I've been wanting to get one of these for quite some time, and she actually had a few of these in the store, and I chose this one because I think it's so beautiful. This was 25 euros, so a really good deal for that. Another one that I purchased there is this perfect souvenir for Cannes. I managed to find this beautiful jewelry box, hand painted. I think it's maybe from the 50s, and it says Cannes. Beautiful wood, and when you open it up, it's tufted pink silk. Gorgeous. I mean, there's nothing that I love more than a tufted silk jewelry box. It's so beautiful, and the pink is perfect. I was so happy to find this. It's the perfect souvenir for Cannes. Love it. When I was in Cannes, I visited this jewelry store, which was a few minutes away from our hotel, and it's Mathieu Bijoutier, and they also have a few antique pieces in their collection. And I purchased this beautiful antique French necklace. gorgeous. This design is a very typical French design. It's filigree and it is very typical French. I've been wanting to get one of these chains for a while. It's an 18 karat chain. It's very, very beautiful. Everything is hand done and so beautiful. It's also a good length. So for antique jewelry, the French is known to only use 18 karat for their jewelry, because for them anything below 18 karat is not considered gold legally. So if you find French jewelry, it's more likely that it's going to be 18 karat. If it's less than 18 karat, it's usually for import. So they're allowed to sell anything that is below 18 karat if it's import. When I was in Venice, we were there for 2 full days and I managed to visit 2 stores. I didn't have a lot of time, but I just had to check out the local jewelry store. This one I came across while I was just walking. They're not really on Google Map actually. It's not really the correct description of what the store is. It's a beautiful jewelry store. It's this cute mother and son, and they're so adorable. They're so sweet. They don't really speak English. I don't speak Italian, but we managed to communicate with each other. So they make beautiful, beautiful jewelry with antique quality. I'm talking about jewelry that is made by hand. It's beautiful. And when you look at it, you can't tell if it's antique or not because it's so beautifully made. Of course, those things are very expensive, but they also have a lot of like beaded stones necklaces, and I wanted to get one. And this is what I got. For stone necklace like this, I really suggest that you try them on against your face just to see if the stone fits your skin tone or not. So we had so much fun trying on different colored stones on me, and they're so cute. And every time I try on something that I don't think it looks good on me, and they also agree, they're like, no, right away. They're so honest and so adorable. I had so much fun. I wish I could spend more time there, but yeah, I'm glad that I found this. This is actually citrine, amethyst, and maybe topaz. I'm not sure, but for sure it's like citrine and amethyst, and I love the color of it. I love how pale they are. It's so adorable. It's great for everyday wear, and it's pretty affordable. I think it was maybe around 100 euro. From that store, as we were walking back to the hotel, I came across another store which I actually already saved in my Google Map. It's called Paro Pamiso. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but boy, did he have, I think, the biggest collection I've ever seen of mosaic jewelry. So it's mosaic jewelry, like micro mosaic. So micro mosaic jewelry is basically micro mosaic that is made out of glass, I think, and it is very famous in Italy. It is very famous that, you know, they make the best of this jewelry, especially the antique ones. They're so beautiful, and he had an amazing collection. Let me tell you, I was in Florence before, and I asked every store about micro mosaic, and none of them had any micro mosaic at all, because it is that famous that, you know, everyone look for it. If you know antique jewelry and you go to Italy, this is what you want to buy. So his collection was really beautiful. It's not cheap at all. He knows what he has, so he priced them accordingly. And I only had like, I think around 20 minutes before we have to go back to the hotel, so I didn't want to decide on such a big purchase. I usually take more time before I purchase something that is significant because I like to think about it. So I wasn't really ready to commit as much as he has such beautiful pieces. And I found this beautiful pin. This is an antique Victorian micro mosaic pin. It's in silver. And I just love this beautiful blue color and the birds pattern. I love birds on jewelry. I like snake on jewelry as well. So when I saw this, I really love it. And I was thinking also I can wear this with a watch fob, with a silver watch fob, and have it as a pendant, not only as a brooch, because this is of course a brooch, but it's something that maybe I can wear as a pendant as well. All right, so in Florence I did purchase quite a lot because I was in Florence for a week and I had time to go to jewelry stores. There's Ponte Vecchio, which is the oldest bridge in Florence, and you see all the jewelry stores there in Ponte Vecchio. And I did purchase a few pieces. I spent 2 days in that place, and I spent like a few hours being in there, at least 2-3 hours, and they were so nice and showed me everything. I visited a few stores, but I was really set on this one store because they had the most antique collection, but also price accordingly. But before I show you the jewelry, let me show you this beautiful antique box made out of leather. I also collect antique boxes. Actually, if you go to any antique dealers, none of them would sell their antique boxes because they know that it is so hard to find. Now, this was found from a goldsmith that was not far from our hotel. So he is in this small store. He's a goldsmith. He had a few pieces of gold, and I, to this day, regret not getting the beautiful spray brooch Victorian diamonds and gorgeous that I saw. He also had this beautiful pair of earrings that I saw there on my way back to the hotel. So I was just walking and I came across his store. I went in there because it says goldsmith, and I saw these two pieces. Unfortunately, that day I have been shopping at Ponte Vecchio. I was trying to be good and not purchase another one, so I was like, oh, let me think about it and come back. And when I came back the next day, he was not open for some reason. I came back, he was not open. You know, they do siesta, they close around like 12:30 to 3:30. So I came back in the morning, he's not open. And then I came back again after 3:30 and I waited there for half an hour, still not open. And it was my last day and I was devastated because I really wanted the brooch that I saw in his store. But anyway, that is a lesson about vintage and antique. If you see something that you love, just get it, because there's nothing that's gonna haunt you more than the vintage that you did not get. This is the only thing that I purchased from his store. It's this cute antique box, and you can use it for anything. I'm gonna put like my antique bracelet in there. One thing that I really love about it, that it says Firenze, so it is from an old jewelry shop in Florence. So this is again another great memento, and I love the way old boxes close. That sound is ASMR. Italy is of course known as jewelry maker. Florence is full of like jewelry stores. If you are trying to find any gold jewelry, like new ones, you find them easily in Ponte Vecchio and like the stores around it. Jewelry that is made in Italy is beautifully made. I was focusing more on the antiques. They're so sweet. They showed me so many things from their safe. They're so much antique. Love it. They even have beautiful packaging as well. I really wanted to get an antique coral pieces from Italy because it is known, you know, it's like this antique coral was found in the Mediterranean Sea. It is now illegal to harvest those coral anymore because they took so much in the past. So the only way you could get this beautiful orange, gorgeous, natural coral is by buying antique jewelry. And Italy is really known for this beautiful antique coral jewelry. So as we were sitting down, you know, looking at beautiful, so many antique jewelry, you know, more things coming from the safe, more boxes, different boxes, I came across this box. I think it's an old box, an old stock box, and it had quite a few antique coral jewelries, and I was so happy because it was an older stock. So because it was an older stock, it had older pricing. As you know, gold prices are so high right now that if they have updated this prices, it's not going to be this prices now. So let me show you what I got from my first trip there. When I saw this, I died. I mean, look at that beautiful color. This is all natural. This is Victorian, more than 100 years old. Gorgeous, gorgeous coral earring. And you can see the design below. It reminds me of those Egyptian design, because this is probably Egyptian revival style. So I was really happy to find this. It's so beautiful. I think coral is great for any skin tone. It looks beautiful on anyone. I wish I could buy all the coral jewelry that they have. But the next one is also another pair of coral earrings. This is a pair that I've been wanting to have in terms of style. It's very, very Victorian. It's very, very if you watch Gilded Age or shows like that, this reminds you of those shows. I mean, look at that color. It is so beautiful. They don't perfectly match in terms of the size of the coral, but they are a pair and they're so beautiful. I also purchased a ring that day, and it's in the style that I've always wanted to have. It's a navette. Navette, I think, means boat in French. And this style of the ring, this marquise style, looks like kind of like a boat, right? So that's why they call it the navette ring. And I've always wanted to have a navette ring. And I finally found one in Italy. Beautiful rose cut antique diamond. It was 2 sizes too big for my index finger, but they adjusted it for me, make it smaller, and it was ready to be picked up the next day. So of course I had to go back the next day to pick up my ring, and while I was there I had to pick up more pieces. The first one is this one. Let me try it on for you. How gorgeous is this Georgian rose cut ring in 18 karat. This piece is so old. It's like around 200 years old. It's Georgian. I don't know if you can see it, but the sparkle is just so romantic and so sweet. My last piece from the store is this one. I mean, I couldn't decide. There were so many beautiful earrings and brooches and fobs. It's just so difficult to decide, but I purchased this beautiful bangle. It may be simple in terms of design, but it is a great stacking piece that you can wear forever, and you can wear every day stacked with your other bangles. Very simple, but also still very Italian in terms of design. And this was in 18 karat. My last purchase from that store. Just love that store. It's so much fun, and they're so sweet as well. I went to another antique store in Florence. This one is a little bit more fancy, and it was like right next to Hermes. So I went in there thinking, oh, I can't really, there's nothing here I would be able to afford because everything was expensive. But I saw this guy, and the lady told me the price, and I was like, wow, that's actually really good. So I had to have it. This is an old Victorian curb chain with the heart pendant as a lock. It has a beautiful design on the lock as well. This one is 9 karat. It is very common for jewelry from England to be either 9 karat or 15 karat. So this is in 9 karat, and it has this beautiful like rose gold kind of color. Such a perfect curb link, and this design is really common in the Victorian era, and I've always wanted to have this in my collection, and it was a great price, so I had to pick it up. That's all I got from Florence. And in Rome I only purchased one piece. I only had 1 hour to shop because we were really hectic in Rome. We only had 2 full days, but I had to pick up something. And I went to visit this store. I'm so happy with what I got from this store, and it's actually probably my favorite piece. I love that they give me this beautiful box that looks like an antique box, in the same quality of an antique box, but it's not. Are you ready? Look at that. Oh, the camera just doesn't do it justice, guys. The camera doesn't do it justice, but look at this gorgeous antique brooch. I think this is a daisy flower. I'm not quite sure, but what I love about it is the old mine cut diamonds. I love old cut diamonds. I think they are so romantic and they sparkle like crazy. Ooh, look at that. So beautiful. You can wear this as a brooch, but you can also wear this as a pendant if you want to. And I just couldn't pass it up. It's so beautiful. This is the biggest purchase compared to the other ones, but how could you say no? It's so beautiful. So that's all my antique haul from my recent trip to Italy and south of France. I'm really happy with my purchases. Jewelry shopping just gives me joy. I just love looking at these beautiful pieces. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comment section down below which piece is your favorite and if you have antique jewelry in your collection. Please like this video if you like it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye!